Almost. Alrighty then, greetings everyone. Welcome to another Brony Debates Live, where I'm right about everything, and these guys keep trying to prove me wrong, and they fail miserably on a pretty regular basis, but we still do it anyway, because for some reason people like to listen to my monotone, deep voice. How are you all doing tonight? Babe, how you doing tonight?
Well, bitch, the only reason it doesn't work is because you don't listen to reason.
I listen to reason perfectly well.
No, you do not. I don't care how calmly you try to present that. You do not.
We got DJ with us again. How are you doing tonight, DJ?
I'm doing all right and wishing we had one of Spencer's compilations to prove you completely wrong.
Yeah, we gotta. I need to hire somebody to, do that for me. With what money? I have no godforsaken idea. But we'll figure it out one of these days.
Because one.
And
what was that?
Oh, that was me, opening up Twitch to see if we're live on Twitch, and we're not. I thought we were going to be live on Twitch right now. That's weird, because I set it up for multi-streaming. Anyway.
It's kind of a pain.
It really is. I don't know how these things work. I'll make sure that we're also, streaming to Twitch, dual streaming there. For the second stream tonight. It was our good friend Emerald Spencer's birthday this week, and his birthday wish for me was to play Minecraft again. So we're gonna play Minecraft again. We were gonna do that last night, and then I screwed up dinner, and it took 3.5 hours to fix. So we didn't do that. I wish I'd known it would take 3.5 hours for those beans to cook. Petals.
Well, we know it now.
Yeah. If I had known, I would have done the stream while the beans were cooking. Does that make sense?
No, that would have been an idea, because then at the end, the beans would have been ready. Yeah, we do crock pot beans, you know?
Yeah.
It's my mama's recipe.
Nice. So to sidetrack a little bit, by the way, we got Trent and Rusty in the chat. We got Nathan and Amethyst. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Be sure to share this around and get more people watching the show. Send the stream to all your brony friends to tune in and argue about ponies with us. And remember, the channels are open. There's a Discord link. You can join and come on the show and argue with us if you want. But Rusty was saying, Brony ASMR when? Never. I'm not a degenerate.
ASMR isn't always degeneracy.
Usually has nothing to do with any kind of intimacy.
Yeah, it's just whispery voices and stuff.
Oh my god, I don't
meant to give tingles, and some of it's not even whispers. It's just sound effects.
Maybe, but I don't like the idea. I'd like to do comic dubs, and I even sort of put out some time on my schedule to make comic dubs. I just haven't fully implemented my schedule yet. I suck. I really do. I'm trying, and I'm just not getting any better. Hey, Dulcet in the chat, how are you doing? Anyway, but right before, like I was saying, to sidetrack a little bit, because right before we went live, we were talking about the Switch 2, and I was saying I didn't think the Switch was out for long enough, because now we've got 3 Switches in this house now that are basically like Nintendo Switches that are basically just dead weight now that 2 of the 3 people that live here own a Nintendo Switch too. So, and then you guys were saying, oh, the Nintendo Switch was out for plenty long. So pick me up there real quick.
So, yeah, I thought it was like a decade ago, because I I was saying I remember buying it years ago. I actually made a Twitter post because I was going to get myself a birthday present. And I'm like, I was between a Nintendo Switch or a gun because I thought a gun would be interesting because I wanted to get into hunting. And people were like, probably a Switch, Heather. Probably a Switch. We don't want you to have a gun. And I'm like, fine, I'll get a Switch.
YouTube would allow you to fundraise for a gun. Like, I feel like if they found out we were running...
Oh, no, it wasn't like I wasn't really streaming that much at the time. This was just me purely on my own, talking to people like...
Oh, okay. But no, I think you should have gotten a gun.
Well, yeah, but you don't like video games, so you got to buy us there.
Everybody needs a gun. That's the whole point of being American. You're supposed to have at least 2.5 guns.
How do you have a half gun?
That's what there's like actually I think the actual statistic is like 3.5 guns on average per every American.
But to get back to the original question, so for those that can't remember, the Switch came out in 2017. That was 8 years ago. So typical video game console generations are usually about 7 years. So the Switch actually outlasted the average of a video game console generational switch.
Okay.
Let me pull up the console generations just to verify when it came out, because if I remember right, the PS3 came out in 2006, and the PS4, I believe, released in 2013.
Okay, and I see Dulcet in the chat said 2.5 kids per family, Brony, and so I had I had to Google it real quick. The average number of guns owned by this is the AI overview, by the way, on Google. So the average number of guns owned by Americans is complex because small percentage of owners have a large number of guns. Other data suggests. Yeah, one study found the average gun owner owns 3 guns. Other data average between 4 and 8 with a significant...
You know, that does make sense to me because you're going to have a handgun, you're going to have a shotgun, and then some kind of rifle.
Yeah. I know like the... I know like the average amount that of guns that Americans have is like it's more than a few per person on average. But anyway, yeah, so now we got 2 Switch 2s at this house, and we have 3 Nintendo Switches. Or is it 2? Is it 2 Nintendo Switches? Because Emerald gave me his Nintendo Switch, right? When he got a Switch 2.
Yeah, and well, we have that for now. I think we should at least have one of the old consoles here because I just like us having consoles. So since it's an old console, let's just keep it in the house for like parties and stuff. And like my Nintendo Switch. My old one I've already sold off. What? Sorry.
Switch 2 is ready.
Oh, Switch 2 is ready? I'm on stream right now. Why was I going to call you Coon? I'll get with you later, Emerald. I was going to call you Coon. I was right. I'm thinking.
So the average video game generation is roughly about 6 years. To give an idea, the PlayStation 1 came out in 94 in Japan. PlayStation 2 came out in 2000. PlayStation 3 came out in 2006. PlayStation 4 came out in 2013. 2014 in Japan. And now we got the PS5 as of 2020. So
like I would... Like the logical part of me is saying sell the Switch. Right? But that was a gift. So I'm really hesitant to sell the Switch. But I don't have a lot of games for the Switch. And although many of my friends, including you two, have Switches, I imagine everybody's going to be getting a Switch too. And then we're going to not be compatible.
Not so. Well, a lot of people aren't. Like, there's still play. Like, you could play games together if someone is on a Switch and someone's on a Switch, too.
Yeah, it's not a full, no pun intended, switch over just yet. A lot of the Switch 2 games still play on Switch. There's only 2 Switch 2 exclusives right now, at least by Nintendo, which is Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Everything else is compatible with the Switch 1.
Yep.
I want Donkey
Alrighty
Kong
then.
Bonanza, but I don't know if I'm going to do it.
I want to get it. It looks fun.
It does
I
look
suppose you
fun.
could just keep the original Switch around as a party machine. I mean, you've always got Smash, and if Heather doesn't want to bring out her Switch, then you have one in the living room all the time. They just turn on for a quick party machine. I don't know. You could cave like a weirdo and get Just Dance or Nintendo Switch
I'll
Sport.
buy a Switch 2 when Nintendo ports Pal World to it.
Oh, that'll be the day.
We'll see how these lawsuits go since they keep losing.
Yeah, we're very
I was
happy
gonna say,
about
well, honey,
that.
like, so we'll have 2 Nintendo Switch 2s and a Nintendo Switch for, like, the living room. Because, like I said, I've already sold my Nintendo Switch.
Okay. Yes, we'll just leave mine out there. Yeah, but I was worried that like everybody's gonna want to play like a Switch 2 game, and then we can't because we don't. There's no.
No, then Heather just brings hers out of her office.
I suppose so.
Besides, all the original controllers still work on the Switch 2.
Dulcet called me savage. I am very savage, and I like to be like the backhanded, like subtle kind of savage, where I say it in a very calm, even tone, and you don't realize you were insulted until a second later. All right, yeah, Pal World for
man.
Switch.
But as soon as you do, you beat the crap out of him like I did.
Yep. That's one of my favorite things to do to Petals is I'll say something backhanded to her and she'll it'll process for a couple of seconds and then she'll realize what I said and then hit me and then I'll make fun of her for having low RAM basically.
I'm always running on low RAM, man. Takes me dating a bitch.
Well, let's finally get into the actual topics here. Our first topic of the day is why Starlight didn't just enroll in Celestia's School for Gifted Unicorns. I mean, Starlight is definitely a gifted unicorn. Her dad seems supportive enough. He would have enrolled her to Celestia School if she asked. I mean, Sunburst got his cutie mark and just levitated a few books, while Starlight casually levitated cleaning equipments. Okay, yes, I see here.
What's this voice?
I don't know. I just kind of faded into that voice too. I have no idea why I did that. Many people said,
"Why are you giving this guy the most uneducated hick voice you can?"
Maybe because the sentence structure is so god awful.
Seems pretty typical to me.
Yeah, many people said it is because Starlight is too old when she got her cutie mark. Well, I would assume she and Sunburst are the same age. Many said that Starlight isn't too interested to enroll into the school, and many said that Celestia saw evil within Starlight. When did they ever meet? But I have a theory. What if Starlight did try to enroll in the school? I don't know how old Sunburst is, but he seemed to be older and more mature than Starlight. He's more mature than Starlight. We can definitely say that. Starlight seems to be at the same age as Twilight. What makes you think they're different ages? I genuinely... what exam did Twilight take to enroll? The egg exam. Starlight tried her best, but the egg didn't hatch, so she failed. That's not how that works. That's why she knows the exact time and date when the rain boom was happening, because she was there when it
Pretty sure
happened.
there'd be more dragon assistance if that was a consistent test.
And also the she knows when the rain boom happened because she went to Twilight's dissertation about the rain boom, linking hers and the other main six's cutie marks together. So that's why she knows about the rain boom. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Here's the answer to this. Starlight was disillusioned with the entire concept of magic and didn't even like realize how gifted she is. She definitely didn't even bother trying to enroll. All she knows, because she was really stupid, is Sunburst left for the school and she got so bent out of shape about it that she just holed up in her bedroom until at least her teenage years, got into black metal, decorated everything with all that goth nonsense, and probably studied magic on her own out of vengeance for the express purpose of taking everybody's cutie marks so that she would never lose friends again. That's why she didn't try. She didn't want to. She didn't bother.
Why would I go to the school that took my friend away? I hate them.
Yeah, instead of why would I not try to go to the school with my friend, right? It seems so obvious. It's so obvious that I almost understand Petals' irrational hatred of Starlight.
Also, I'm pretty sure in
Almost.
the season 6 premiere, it stated that he stopped responding to her letters.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then we found out
Just
that was
stopped
because
communicating.
he was like ashamed of himself for flunking out of it.
Yeah.
Petals, what do you
So
think?
I'm glad that you're coming around to the fact that Starlight is a fucking idiot piece of shit who like, look, I'm not gonna diss on the goth phase because that was probably the best outlet for her stupid emotions, but maybe she should have never have dropped that. If you had stayed goth and just like kind of mellowed in those emotions, you wouldn't have like, brainwashed an entire village of people and then ended the universe a few times, okay? Maybe she should have stayed in that goth phase. I'm glad we're agreeing that she was stupid for doing that.
Well, Heather, isn't that the normal pipeline? Goth in your
The
teens and you become a
pipeline?
socialist by the time you get to college?
It really is.
Girl, I don't know the fucking goth to socialist pipeline. All the goths I knew were goths for life.
Even Rusty goes, and here we go.
Rusty, don't even beef with me right now.
Oh, it wasn't like Starlight was a child in this situation. Oh, wait. Or no, he put that in all caps. He's like, oh, great.
I'm just saying, freaking, like, I know she had little power over what happened as a kid, but why'd you keep acting like a child as you grew older? Come on.
Because resentment does that to a person.
It really does.
I can understand the changing because of trauma, but your trauma is fucking stupid.
So sometimes
fellas,
and when you cling to it,
do I have to respect somebody who is traumatized for a stupid reason?
I mean, if you ask Twitter, probably yes.
I feel like, yeah.
Shut up, Twitter.
I feel like you should respect the progress that was made eventually.
I guess. Can they fix her hair though?
No, it's better this way.
No, it's not. It looks like she's bald.
You're bald.
Nuh-uh.
Bro, I'm right here.
Yes, and? We already established
my
your
legs.
That's not new information.
My legs are bald. I just shaved.
Too much information, Petals. Let's see
come
what
on,
these comments are saying.
I put such good lotion. It's silky soft right now. Someone feel my legs.
Yeah. Paladin saying, I have an alternate timeline story where Starlight plan for equality actually worked. Alrighty then. Educational Dream says, personally, I think because her best friend betrayed her and chose that school. For Starlight, that school was just as despicable as the cutie mark, even though she was incredibly talented. She preferred self-study than attending school. That led to her friend betrayed her. Could you all please just read what you write before you post it? Out loud to yourself.
This is Reddit, Brony. You're fighting a losing battle here.
I really am.
I'm one of those motherfuckers that doesn't proofread, and I say some silly shit, but it's never this bad. You can usually understand what the fuck I'm saying. It's usually like I use the wrong to or something.
Let's see. And Starlight knows Rainboom is because she's spying on Twilight in that day she was talking about. Okay, so yeah, dude said what I said. There's a fan theory that egg hatching was just meant for Twilight because the school threw everything at her and she passed all of it. I saw another theory that I thought was really good, that the egg test was like one of those things that you were supposed to fail, but like
I was about to say, that sounds like
yeah,
right.
you were supposed to fail, but Celestia put that there in search for her next apprentice because it's not something that's actually gonna go against you. It's not actually worth any points, but Celestia wants to see how the students handle an impossible test. What do they call that? What they call that? They had a word for it in Star Wars. They called it the Kobayashi Maru or something like that.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Thank you.
I was about to say I never heard of that shit.
Yeah, that's in that remake movie.
Oh
You're
God! I
supposed to
just
how to deal with
I just
failure.
remembered. I'm a freaking idiot. I just remembered that time that I made that mistake. I made that same exact mistake a few years ago, and Pony Cordero raked me over the coals for it. So, yeah, Star Trek. The idea is to see how you handle failure or how you handle an impossible situation. It's a gauge on how you try to solve a problem and the attitude that you take towards an impossible situation. So that's that was the other fan theory I saw over it, and I like that theory.
I think that fits
I could get
pretty
behind
well
it.
considering we don't see any other students with dragons.
So
That'd be a very
here's
continuing thing.
this impossible test that you're supposed to take and you're supposed to fail. And then Twilight shows up, and not only does she handle it, with determination, but then she passes the impossible task. And just, explodes with magic in the whole process. Let's see here. On the other hand, god dang it, cringy bronies. Starlight Glimmer is very different. She was probably not very academically inclined. She is more of a passion caster. Her power comes through her feelings and less through her knowledge. Maybe she tried to enter the school but failed due to poor knowledge testing, so her actual power was never adequately revealed. What do we think about that one, guys?
I could see that. I never see, Starlight, being studious like Twilight Sparkle does. She seems more like the type that was naturally talented at magic, was just, frickin' blasting spells here and there, because she certainly acts that way in the series. The examples I give where she just, just casts random bullshit on everybody just trying to fix problems, like brainwashing the main 6 in that one episode, or the remain 5 in that one episode, or making Big Mac talk against his will, casting all these spells without consent. I gotta say, guys, that's something I will harp on repeatedly. Do not cast spells on people without consent, you freak of nature. But yeah, I could get on board with that theory. She isn't so much an academically minded, but kind of just knows shit.
Yeah. And Twilight definitely did have that over her, where, because early season Twilight would cast magic to solve problems and have it backfire. But that was she learned very quickly not to do that, and she never did that against other ponies against their will. What did she do? She enchanted a cart one time, or a snowplow. She enchanted a snowplow one time. And she tried to get the parasprites to stop eating all the food, and that backfired in its own way.
I think Redemption 2 brings up a good point. It says, I disagree. Starlight is very knowledgeable. She did use Star Swirl spells with only a few looks. I'm not quite sure that counts as knowledge, though, because we even see in her flashback that she seems to understand magic very quickly. But that may not necessarily translate into understanding how the spell works. She just understands how to do it.
Yeah, knowledge and understanding are two different specs entirely. So that's the knowledge versus intellect versus wisdom Venn diagram, and where you can fall on the spectrum of all three of those. So she might be an engineer type, where she can see something and understand, is magically related in this case, but she can see something and understand how it works really easily without really knowing all that much about how it works. But there, with all the spells that she's slinging around at the beginning of season 6 there, that type of thing had to be learned. She had to go out and like find all of this dark magic in order to know something like frickin' Persuadery, or how to or the spell to coerce Big Mac into talking. So she understands magic, she's talented in magic, and she has studied magic, which is a triple threat. And, Twilight really has the same thing going on. Just kind of Starlight spec'd her skills into darker spells, where Twilight was always, by the books and practical. Let's see what here. Maybe her parents didn't want her to go that far to Canterlot. Lots of kids could have gone to fancy schools, but were stopped by their parents. Then there's a money aspect. Yeah, because we've met Starlight's father. Would Starlight's father allow her to be that far away from home for an extended period of time?
He'd probably just move with her.
I could also picture that happening. He would have embarrassed the frick out of her in school. It would have been hilarious. She would have gone down the dark path of ridding the world of all parents or something like that. After her cringy father, goofy movie. Yeah, after her cringy father pulls a goofy movie too. An extremely goofy movie is what they called that one on her.
Well, freaking Goofy had to go to school.
Yeah. Rusty Helm saying Twilight maxed her intelligence while Starlight maxed her charisma. That's interesting. And then Dulcet saying, I feel like Starlight didn't have a lot of parental supervision. She had too much parental supervision, and then her parents didn't do anything about it. They just kind of enabled her. Like that was the whole thing about that one season. Well, that was a season 8 episode, wasn't it? That episode was hilarious, where it was you had Sunburst's mother, who was way too gosh darn strict, and Starlight's father, who was an enabler.
That was 7, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
First one, that was season 7.
I'm actually not sure. I think it was 8, but it might have been 7. Let me check real quick. My Little...
Because 8 was pretty much all about the school. I don't think we got too many
Magic season 7 episodes. I'm gonna get roasted in the comments before I even find this thing. Parental Guidance, Honest Apple, Royal Problem, Not Asking for Trouble, Perfect Pair, Fame and Misfortune, Triple Threat, Campfire Tales, Change of Changeling, Daring Done, Isn't the Main Thing, Health of Information, Marks and Recreation, Once Upon a Zeppelin, Uncommon, but no, it's not Uncommon Bond, and then Shadowplay. No! So it was definitely season 8. In the season 8 episodes, I'm going to find the title because I can't remember titles anymore for some reason.
No, it was season 8, episode 8.
It was episode 8?
Parent Map.
Season 8, episode 8, wow.
Yeah, that was that was one of the funnier episodes in that season. That was a great episode.
Again, isn't Starlight's father the same type of coddling as Fluttershy's parents that produce Zephyr Breeze? It's similar, but not the same.
Definitely not. They're like freaking.
It's like a mixture of Rainbow Dash's parents with Fluttershy's parents.
I can see what you're saying, because Fluttershy's parents are like bigger doormats than her.
Yeah, they just let Zephyr Breeze do whatever she. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Zephyr Breeze is a freaking woman.
Bro, we don't claim him.
That was extremely sexist, Brony. What the frick?
You bitch.
I didn't mean that. I was joking. They just let Zephyr Breeze do whatever he wanted. And
It's the pushover with endless support. That's
yeah,
what
and
her father is.
yeah, her father was like, "You go, sweetie. You know, I just love everything about you." Like he was actually like blinded by her affection and didn't realize, he couldn't realize that there were like serious personality deficiencies.
I just had the dumbest
Like,
thought.
What?
What if her father found out about the cult? Do you think he would have done marketing for her?
Oh God, he
oh my God,
probably
totally.
would have.
Like, I was just thinking, he's the kind of parent that's gonna hide his kid in the basement when the cops come looking for him.
He would. Well, his whole thing was like he couldn't let go of the past either. Like he never saw Starlight.
She's not that bad, guys. She doesn't need to go to prison.
He never saw Starlight as like growing up and never really recognized that she was changing. So he's still, even as an adult, he's looking at Starlight and you're still seeing still seeing his baby girl, right? Which a lot of parents do. And sometimes it's funny and sometimes it causes serious problems.
Clearly.
Yeah. God, crap like this makes me just like passively curious how bad I would be as a father. Like, I have no idea. One more comment here. Maybe I wouldn't rule your theory out, but I feel like she would have mentioned if she tried and failed to get into the school. That is a valid point. I think the problem is
on this one.
Yeah, let's move on. What is your ugliest figure or merch? So
I have that one. He has no neck.
Yeah, you do have that one. Well, the neck is hidden behind the collar. I remember I bought that for you at a Denver Free Northwest. I'm like, Petals loves Capper. I'm gonna get this for her.
I love Capper.
What is that, like a blind bag or something? What did that release in?
I think it was a blind bag. Yeah.
Did they make blind bags for the movie? I
Obviously.
don't remember seeing any. Hey, for all I know, that's a bootleg from China.
Petals, that thing doesn't stand on its own very well, does it? Because you have one.
No, it doesn't. I think it's like propped up against something. Oh yeah, I'm looking at him right now. He's between a frame and a box. And it's probably on purpose. Now, I tell you, honey, I think he doesn't have like an actual neck. Like, let me look at him.
His head just
Brony, he ain't got no neck. Like the neck, well, like the peg where you put his head is just a part of the collar. It's all red. He doesn't have a neck.
How the heck am I supposed to choke him out for selling out the main six then? This is nonsense. I hate this.
You can't choke someone with no neck.
Just reminds me of Gravity Falls. Well, I wouldn't really call this a neck, just this lump of fat underneath my head.
Yeah.
Freaking. I will say, other than the neck thing, it's a fine enough figure. It's fine enough. It's not ugly.
How about you two? What do you have in merch-wise that's ugly?
I usually don't try. Probably a blind bag figure.
I will say, like, some of the blind bag ponies you would get, I mean, they're not ugly, but they're clear repaints of, like, 6 body, like, sometimes even just 5 body models they came up with. Because if you think about it, Fluttershy...
Oh.
Yeah, the Fluttershy, Applejack, and Rainbow Dash body bases were all the same at one point. I do have that Princess Cadence plushie with the streamer hair. I have that.
Oh, I hated those plushies so much. I hate those streamers.
A few of those just hanging around in my room.
I've got 2 of them in my room too. I have 2 Twilights.
Thank you, prayers to Symbiote Studios for getting the license. I'm so happy with your plushes.
I've got the Beanie Baby Princess Twilight, and I've got the one with the string hair. I remember buying that after the Bronies got together in 2013 and went to the movies to see Equestria Girls. We then decided we were gonna go hang out somewhere else, and half of us ended up at some mall, and the other half, the group that I was in, ended up at a Toys R Us where we raided the pony aisle, and that was the first piece of pony merch I bought. was the Twilight with the little Twilight. It's like 6 inches tall with the string hair. And I remember buying it because I had this idea in my head that I was gonna analyze the pattern and recreate it and try to make plushies, because I was seeing people make plushies and make money off them. And I still have it. And that was my first piece of merch. That's the ugliest thing that I've got, and I wouldn't even say that it's really all that ugly. The next other thing that I have, I've got freaking Pony Cordero bought me a mini like keychain Celestia Docky at BronyCon. I've got that. And I have a Derp-bomination sticker, which was an inside joke from the first Mare Fair. Y'all remember the Derp-bomination?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's great. I still have mine. I haven't stuck it anywhere yet.
I wonder if I can find a picture of this thing.
You know, Toys R Us is coming back.
Is it?
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, apparently it's owned by Macy now.
Oh, like the department store?
Yeah. Supposedly our mall's going to be getting a 2-story Toys R Us in it coming soon. So that'll be neat.
I could dig it. You know, if it's going to be 2 stories, you got to have a slide at one point that the kids can slide from the second floor to the first.
That'd be cool.
It would be so cool.
Probably the ugliest merch I have. Probably one of those stupid blind bags, but if I had to pick something more official, probably one of the Build-A-Bears, because I don't know, I've never liked the realistic hair that they had.
Yeah, I don't like actual hair because then I have to brush it and maintain it. I like it when it's just part of the plush, like the what do you call it? The felt or whatever.
Yeah, I like the felt ones. That's why I've been liking the Symbiote Studios one. I need to get there. I'm 4 plushes behind. They put out cheese sandwich, Sunburst, Discord, and now Cadence is coming out. I need to get those.
God, I've seen them. I have not gotten one, but they look amazing. I was really tempted to get the Discord one because I haven't seen a Discord plushie before then.
They're really good quality. I do recommend them.
I bet they are. I totally believe you.
Especially with how many of the other characters have been doing. I mean, like, who thinks of doing Lyra in your first releases?
Someone who knows the fandom.
And they even released a vinyl with her glasses.
Hell yeah.
And they actually call her Derpy. It's not Muffins, it's Derpy.
Well, there's been enough time.
Bronies.
There's been enough time. We can actually just call her by her real name now. Yeah, so that's it. Interesting. Let's see here. See if there's any more in the comments. Nope. Gosh darn. Let's move on then. Let's see here. Twilight is the least popular to have as a quote-unquote favorite of the main 6, but whenever people ask which horse is the most relatable, people instantly lock in Twilight as literally me for real for real. This is a subtle reference to most of you have self-worth issues.
Oof.
No, yeah, totally. Everyone hates themselves. Moving on.
I know more people that have Twilight as their favorite than not, so I don't believe that 1 second.
Yeah. Least popular. She is the most popular character. How in any way is Twilight the least common favorite?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I thought Applejack was everyone's least favorite. Not because she was bad, but because, like, there was no extreme emotions about her.
Yeah, everyone knows the least favorite should be Rarity.
Fuck you, bitch. I'll kill you today. I'm sorry. That was a knee-jerk reaction. I apologize.
How about that little gremlin laugh that he did when you called him out?
He knows what he did.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, I did.
He did.
I push buttons. That's my job here.
DJ, at least when I laugh maniacally, it's like manly and actually evil.
I'm not
he
laughing
does like
maniacally.
That deep laugh.
I'm laughing like a troll.
He's a troglodyte, maybe. Oh yeah, the fucking copper update happened on Minecraft. I'm just looking at shit.
All right, let's move on here. I know most people aren't happy with Sunny becoming an alicorn, but I think she deserved it. And then accompanied with this, thing here. Completed a spell, selected for the role, reversed an evil spell, was born this way. Brought back together all 3 pony tribes after being separated for years and restored the magic of Equestria.
She's a ghost alicorn, though.
Frick,
Yeah,
when
like
you,
I thought that was kind of weird.
when you put it that way, I can't really argue with it.
It's just the execution that was the problem.
How dare you make me say something positive about G5? Let's see what the comments say. Twilight slander. Well, no, the way Twilight became an alicorn. The way Twilight became an alicorn was an absolute dumpster fire, and I will stand on that. One of these days,
please don't make that the hill to die on.
One of these days, it's going to be worse than death, Heather, okay? Because one of these days I am going to die. Hopefully it's soon. But I'm going to get to the gate, and St. Peter's going to be like, listen, man, we can let you in, but you have to admit that Magical Mystery Cure was a good episode, and the way Twilight became an alicorn was perfectly fine. And I'm going to be like, frick, and then burn for eternity.
Yeah, I like the implication that it's that God is a brony and God is like a Twilight princess fan and he hates your fucking take. He's like, no, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Also, he's like, I'm the only one that has a valid alicorn OC. Fuck all y'all. And then I'm just like, well, I guess I'm going to hell too.
You know, it was crazy. We got Jesus. Jesus appeared in an episode of My Little Pony, but he wasn't an alicorn. But I guess that makes sense because that was the whole point of Jesus, that he was God. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I sort of realized it as I was saying it. Hashtag God is a brony. Rusty, you're always coming up with these hashtags in there, but I never see them trending on Twitter. You gotta do something about that, my man.
That's because Twitter doesn't exist, Brony. It's X.
The porn
I wish you had an X so I could strangle you. God almighty. Let me see here. Summing up everything as Twilight didn't down to complete a spell is a bit reductive. Sure, it was a final piece, but it wasn't the only thing. Reactivated the elements of harmony, the greatest defense of pony kind, reunited the royal sisters after 1,000 years of separation, defeated discords, the very antithesis of harmony itself. Yeah. That, like, Twilight at the very least had a lot more on-screen reasons to be an alicorn. But the whole point that I was making is, this is a valid point. They got a valid point for Sunny here.
I also do want to say Sunny looks better as a G4 pony. The G4 pony, G5 ponies look better as a G4 style.
Yeah.
Wait, if Jesus is an Earth pony, which type of pony is the Father and the Holy Spirit?
Well, the Father's an alicorn.
Those are probably the alicorns.
No. So Jesus, he has the Trinity has to be each pony race pony. So if Jesus is a Earth pony, the Father should probably be a Pegasus, and the Holy Spirit or Holy Ghost should be a unicorn. And then you combine them all together, and you get God, Lauren Faust.
Our powers combine.
Yeah, they did a fucking fusion dance. It became Lauren Faust.
Alrighty then. I'm not a big G5 fan, and I don't really care one way or another, but I want to say that from what I saw, people were upset at how quickly Sunny became an alicorn rather than what she did in order to become one. People want build-up to such a monumental achievement, while Sunny gets it in her first appearance. I remember people being similarly kind of annoyed Twilight became an alicorn so early on, but 3 seasons is a lot compared to 1 movie. Yeah, that's a valid point. Rusty Helm quoting the Bible and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit came down like a dove. Frick, he might be right.
So Holy Spirit's got to be a Pegasus then. I got it.
But I think you also have to take into account the storytelling mediums. You have to do so much in a movie to make it satisfying. So I think it makes the most sense.
Well, then the correct thing to do would have been to set up the movie where the goal is to reunite the pony the pony tribes. And you might not accomplish it in the movie, but now you've set up the series where you try to reunite the pony kind and rediscover magic and then
How do you make that a satisfying ending for the movie, though?
There could be like a small victory or a villain that we overcome that's like really in the way, and then it sort of just leaves it open-ended, and then you have your series where you're working towards the final conclusion. Then at the end of the series we reunite the ponies, we rediscover magic, and Sonny becomes an alicorn. That would have been really good, actually. I would have enjoyed that.
That feels like it's retreading, though.
G5 in general was retreading. G5 had all the same problems that the Star Wars sequel series trilogy had, where it was just retreading, but worse. Because like if you're starting off with the premise that everything that Twilight did is no longer relevant and we need to rebuild, then yeah, you're retreading. But like, I mean, we say it all the time on this show that anything can be pulled off if executed properly. Any premise can be pulled off, and that I would have given that a chance if it was well written. But the movie was the best part of G5, and it was still only mediocre.
I'd say it was above average.
You'd be wrong.
I mean, relative to like some of the
many
stuff
different
we get
episodes of the
these
show.
days.
Wait, what'd you say, Petals?
I was gonna say, I guess relative to the slop they serve us at movie theaters these days, if it's not an anime movie, I usually don't want to see it.
It really is. We saw Chainsaw Man
Nope.
a couple of weeks ago, and that was pretty insane.
The only movie I want to see right now that's
Chainsaw
coming up
Man.
is Zootopia 2. It's the only one
I want to see Five Nights at Freddy's too.
All right, so next topic. Is Twispike an underrated ship?
Oh, Lord.
I don't like it. I like, it's like, no, it's literally the stepsister meme. It's like, stepbrother, what are you doing? Step Spike, what are you doing?
And
I don't like it.
I feel like this
I
feel like this art is bordering on suggestive at the very least.
Oh yeah, totally. They're pulling into it because there are people that are interested in it.
Jeez. Let's see here. I've known a great variety of people in my life. I've never met somebody that was like actually attracted to their step sibling.
Ugh.
Let's see here. Thing about it is they have been taking care of each other, helping each other, supporting each other. It is completely natural that they will eventually falling in love. Read your sentences before you post them, please, for God's sake.
Also, don't leave this man alone with his stepsister.
Yeah, he's probably gonna do it. Like I've heard of people like doing, trying to like hit on their stepsisters or being weirdly obsessed with their sisters, but those are like rare outliers, and I've only ever like heard of them. I've never actually met someone who was like that. Let's see here. What do you think? Do you think age difference matter? Why is age difference capitalized? Isn't it motherly, sisterly, friendly gonna make their ship, assuming they end up together, even more romantic?
No!
Motherly and sisterly and ship do not mix. You creep.
Hello,
so
Oedipus complex. I believe that's the Oedipus complex, isn't it?
I really think the only way that you could have an Oedipus complex or a sister complex is if you didn't actually have a mother or a sister or a stepsister or any women in your life for that matter, and then you just like, jeez. Like there is actually like if you get into this, I'm debating with myself of how deep into the psychology of this to get, because this is one of those things that I've studied into when I like look into psychology. This type of thing does come up eventually. The whole point of the Oedipus complex is that your brain, as you're developing, like when you're a baby, when you're a toddler into early childhood, is supposed to develop in a certain way that your sister and your mother or your family in general will just never register sexually. It's part of the early like socialization phases of human developmental psychology. And if you have bad influences or no influences of the opposite gender during those formative years, it could screw you up and turn into an Oedipus complex or a sister complex or something of that nature. Or later in life, usually in the teenage years, you can get screwed up by porn and develop one of these complexes, one of these abnormal, which these definitely qualify as abnormal sexualities, which in general are not healthy for you. So yeah, you got to not have any women in your life in order to become this type of person.
Keep him away from his stepsister. Keep him away from his own mother. Keep him away from his stepmom if he has one. Keep this man away from women. I don't want him near women.
Yeah, Gojo Lion saying TMF 10v3R. So this person right here has the most appropriate comment. I'm sorry, but this makes me really uncomfortable because she's been taking care of him ever since she was a baby, and I see them more as brother and sister.
I want to see more of the comments. I want to see everyone just tearing this guy apart. Like, I've already seen some of it, and it's like, ew!
You're gonna catch so much flack for this post. They're siblings. Okay, so we found the twice spike shipper. He's his sister, and she knew him since he was born. The majority of this fandom sees Twilight as like a mother to Spike. The small portion that doesn't see her as a sister instead, it should be pretty obvious why shipping them would be unlikely, if not impossible for most.
Small portion. The show explicitly says that they're treated as siblings.
Yeah. Well, it took them 9 seasons to do that. Oh, let's see here.
I do want to clarify.
Cute, Cozy Glow. Oh, Cozy Glow approved. Okay, that's fine. We can disregard it then. Cozy Glow.
I do want to say, at the end of the day, I am pro ship. Ship what you want. Enjoy your fantasies in whatever fictional way you want. But when you go public with them like this, expect this kind of reaction.
Yeah, like this dude got bullied hard.
I'm the opposite. I'm gonna judge you heavily, but I also recognize that there's nothing I can do about it. So I am gonna shame you. And we need more public shaming, and we need more, gatekeeping of people like this out of our frickin' fandom. You frickin' weirdos. What?
I'm just
Chris Chan. Where is Chris Chan coming into this? Why are we suddenly talking about Chris Chan in the chat?
Because it sounds like Chris Chan. It's something Chris Chan would do. That's probably a post by Chris Chan.
Oh, it might have been. Let's see here. No, just no. It's wrong and severely overrated. They're practically siblings. Okay, so everybody agrees with us, which is good. Let's see here. Do we have any? Let me see. Okay, no, that's more shipping that borders, shipping art that borders on suggestive. I'm gonna get demonetized in a way that I've never been monetized in the first place.
This is just being cute. Like, it's just them at the spa.
Yeah.
I like that drawing of, which one is that, Aloe or Lotus?
I never I was never sure of which one it
Either way,
was.
Looks very cute. I like the short dress.
Yeah, I'm
gonna find out because one of them's blue and one of them's pink, and I need to know. Aloe and Lotus MLP FIM.
I would think Lotus would be the pink one.
Let's see here. The spa ponies, Lotus Blossom and Aloe, are 2 female earth ponies who work at their co-owned Ponyville Day spot. Some credits and different merchandise. Lotus Blossom is also called Lotus Bloom or simply Lotus, and Aloe is called Aloe Vera. Design. Their appearance is similar to the Babies and G1s. Okay. Depiction.
Okay,
in
so
the
Lotus
series.
is the one with pink hair. Aloe's the one with blue hair.
I was gonna put it more simply. Lotus is the blue one, and Aloe is the pink one.
Yes.
Lotus, I'm gonna forget that as soon as the stream is over, but whatever.
So pink hair here on screen is Lotus.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. And we've got okay. What ships do you guys think are underrated? This is a horrible ship.
Good old Twixie.
Yeah.
Twixie is basic. People love Twixie. They said what, overrated or underrated?
Underrated. I might have
Okay,
misspoken.
underrated.
Twilight and
So they
Moon
actually have to
Dancer.
still be a good ship.
I don't think Twilight and Moon Dancer would be particularly healthy.
No. Like it,
Maybe not healthy,
like,
but could be cute.
Like okay. I mean, taking the obvious, we all know my stance on that, but taking the obvious aside there, here's how the relationship between Twilight and Moon Dancer would go. Twilight would come in and say, Moon Dancer, could you please clean the dishes in the sink for me? I need to do something else. And Moon Dancer would go, so that means you don't love me anymore?
Like, goddamn, bitch. Look, I can't just make the little dragon do all the chores around the house. He's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Let's see here.
He's got wings.
The yacht from Spring Breakdown. Yeah, that is a ship.
That's fair. I think the ship that Rarity, like from Pony point of view, the one that Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Applejack were on, that one that was probably not a good ship.
I'm
You're
more
both
of a
wrong.
fan.
The ship that Fizzlepop Berry Twist came in on was the best one because it goes through the air.
Oh yeah, that was an airship.
Well, that was a war zeppelin, right? It's a ship, but I would have said personally the Zeppelin from Once Upon a Zeppelin, given that it was like a cruise liner and not meant for.
I do love cruises.
The pirates probably have the best ship.
Yeah, that was a good. Oh, it was pretty with all the feathers and stuff. That was nice.
Yeah. Plus, they got their own indication on the cutie map, so I guess that does make them the best ship.
Yeah.
Well, dang.
Huh.
Let's see here. Swiftfoot and Sandbar. What the heck, Swiftfoot?
Who the fuck's Swiftfoot?
I'm looking it up right now. I have no the frick idea who this is. Let me pull this tab over here so y'all can see it.
That's a pretty girl.
Looks like she's mostly in the comics, yeah, and the Game Loft game, of course.
What? This was the Feats of Friendship. I never got around to reading this. This was its own.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm so freaking behind on the comics. That's no good. All right, well,
no, this is really pretty.
It's not in the mainline comics. It was its own offshoot. It's a mini series.
Mega Buster Shepherd saying, "Long live Trixie, Princess of Tax Evasion."
Yeah.
How can you
hate taxes?
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Shepherd. How does one evade taxes if one has nothing to tax?
Stuff to tax, honey. She had money to buy freaking dates and that's how you avoid taxes, people. You gotta constantly be living that nomadic lifestyle.
You and I both know Trixie did not have money. Trixie is a mooch.
Ronnie, she does sell tickets.
That's not true. She fills people up for her magic shows. She gets a good crowd. They wanted her in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, she has some money. I'm not saying it's a whole bunch of money. That kind of work doesn't, like that gig work, don't pay a lot. But freaking, she has money.
Tickets are supposed to be taxed. She probably doesn't charge any tax.
Alrighty then. Let's see here. Raridash. No. We had 2 episodes that show why Raridash is a bad ship. The The one where Rarity was a detective showed how incompetent Rainbow Dash is. And then the episode where they tried to they specifically in season 8 where they specifically tried to hang out together to prove that they were friends and did nothing but fight the whole time. Nothing in common, very little in the way of problem solving skills and mutual goals. That would not work. What do you guys think?
It would essentially be Rarity having a Rainbow Dash as a trophy wife. You know, it's like, oh yes, there's my very attractive, athletic, sporty wife, and I make all the money as an entrepreneur. Maybe that kind of thing.
Mutual trophy wives, because wouldn't Rainbow Dash be showing her off as like the big?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, look at my hot, rich wife. Yeah. Look at my hot, rich wife. You know what? That's the thing, that they're just both hot, and they're like, yeah, look at my hot wife. Look at my hot wife.
I kind of want to see that ship now. I want to see that story where they're just each other's trophy wife.
It's a good story. I like it.
Rainbow Dash and Spitfire. What do you guys think about that?
I feel like it's kind of the power dynamic I don't like, and also kind of boring, honestly. What about Fleetfoot and Big Mac?
Oh, that's right, from the comics.
No, she's a yandere. I don't want that.
I like yandere.
Yeah, because you're weird.
The best underrated ship has to be Big Mac and Luna.
Oh yeah, that was a thing for a while. I saw Big Mac at Celestia. At what point?
I don't think they've ever interacted.
Not even once, yeah. I think the one I was listening to, I was reading like the Sounds of Silence, like they didn't even talk and they got it on.
Okay. What? I'm just gonna go right over that one. Twymac. What do we think about Twymac?
That could work, I guess.
I always preferred Fluttermac.
I can't even picture what Applejack and Twilight would be like.
They would start an HGTV show.
That sounds like the most boring thing ever. Let's check the chat real quick.
Honey, what time are we stopping?
Maybe we'll stop after this one, or we'll just run a quick gauntlet of the remaining tabs here. Rusty saying Flashlight for the win. I agree. I would have taken Flashlight in canon. Spike and Moon Dancer. That comes with all the same problems that we were talking about with Twy and Spike, but now it's like your creepy aunt.
Yeah.
Is it though? Because I mean, like, Moon Dancer wasn't that big of factor of Twilight's life.
If there's an age gap, that's going to be the thing to overcome, because yeah, they weren't like raised together or anything. It's like if you're dating your mom's friend, it's still weird, but whatever, dude.
Shepard saying Twydash for the win. Listen, I lived Twydash. It does not work.
You have a personal thing going.
I really do. Like, yeah. Cause like, I was like, hey, let's hang out and like do actual fun stuff together. And she was like, I want to read books and ignore you. And I was like, that kind of sucks.
Is Fluttercord underrated?
Fluttercord is not underrated. Fluttercord became very overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, everyone loves that one. If anything, that's overrated. Yeah, I'm tired of that one. Do something new with it. I do like seeing their babies, though. All the creative designs people come up with for their babies.
This one says unpopular opinion, so we're definitely going to take a quick look at that. What kind of person do you think I am based on my favorite ship? Basic. That's what I think you are.
Typical.
Yeah. You have poor taste.
That's what the show tells you to think.
You do not understand how toxic it would be to try to actually date somebody like Discord. I wish nothing but woe upon you. Moving on. Unpopular opinion. That's an essay. We'll take that later.
Oh, it's about F-.
F-? Is it? Wow. Okay. Mysterious Ne'er-do-well. I'll have to watch that video. Maybe we'll watch that video next week and comment on it and then read this. Okay, that's a good topic for next
I feel
week.
like we could do an entire series where we dissect each one of his dissections of the episodes.
Oh God, but his videos are like ridiculously long. I'd have to sequester
He knows
an
how to play
entire
the algorithm.
evening. I guess so. Let's see here. The best princess.
Yeah, that's some good art of him too. That I would actually hang that up.
I would not. I don't like that.
I would. I like it. Yeah,
I'm gonna hang it on the ceiling in your bedroom, DJ.
I don't like the design. It's very ugly.
It's reminiscent of like medieval, coat of arms, like a lion,
I know. I don't like it.
rampant. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find something cool to show. Yeah, like this type of thing. Let me pull this tab over so we can see it.
Yeah, those are cool.
Well, it's the same type as like I'm not seeing all that much different stylistically.
Because I don't like the look of the character that they drew. I don't like it.
All right, I guess it's subjective. Petals, what do you think?
I love it. Like I said, I love it.
All right, and the artist is me. Yeah, but who are you? B. Beniri. Okay.
Bernery.
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 I'm not sure. And let's find out what this is as we close out for tonight.
Yay. Oh, I remember this.
That was weird.
I don't remember where they are.
That's what is that place called? That's part of the Islam faith. Mecca.
Okay, we're making these.
Oh yeah,
jokes.
that is Mecca, isn't it?
Let's just let's close out. I think we're done.
Alrighty then. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed that, and we got a couple of cool topics waiting for us next week. So I hope you'll join us again. One of my friends made this video. Cool. Tell him we saw it on our stream and we think he's weird. Anyway, the we got a couple of topics stowed for next week, so I'm looking forward to those. Remember to, bring all your friends to come watch the show with us and come participate if you feel so inclined. In a few minutes, I'm going to come back and play some Minecraft with our good friend Emerald Spencer for an hour or two while we wait to then go live again for Petals stream. Petals, what are we doing tonight?
Well, the poll is closed, Brony. You know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means the poll is closed. The final results. I'm refreshing the page. Oh, looks like Power World won.
All right.
Okay, look, Spencer's here.
The
Power
game?
World.
Yeah, the only good video game ever made.
My vote never counts.
What did you vote for?
I think I voted for one of the new games you put on there.
Oh, man, I just closed it. Hold on. I always try to include a new one, but I did mostly continues because we've started so many games. We should, finish one. We need to finish.
All right, and oh my God, I just saw something horrible. Trump floats 50-year mortgages to aid young homebuyers amid affordability crisis. Regulate BlackRock! God almighty! All right.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Anyway, have a wonderful night. We'll see you back here in a few minutes. Stay safe, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Say goodnight, everybody.